Hello everybody, this is Chromsco018, and this is going to be my thoughts on Blue Exorcist Episode 8, and I figured, like I said in the last My Thoughts video, which was for Fairy Tale, I was going to work on the smaller shows, and I figured I'd go on ahead and upload some of them that I've already got edited, edited and rendered that way, get them up, and people can enjoy them. Because essentially that's why I do YouTube, is to, help people enjoy shows that either they wanted to check out or just haven't gotten around to. Because, with life, you got so much stuff you gotta do, sometimes you don't get to watch the stuff you want to watch. Anyway, this episode was continuing on from the last one where they're doing the X-Wire, I think that's what it was. The X-Wire test to try and, see if they can actually become one. And that demon is still at large that was popped up last time. Anyway, I can't quite remember what her name is. The girl with the purple hair that was rude to Shiemi. Kamika? If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me what her name is. But yeah, she was having some nightmares about her friend, not wanting anything to do with her after what happened. And that's obviously not the case. But she does obviously need to work on being a better person. And during their classes, they find out about the instant kill phrases, I guess. What was that? Like a demon's, like you say a certain phrase that applies to a certain demon and it instantly, destroys them. They learned about that in this episode, and that obviously will come into play in this episode, because why mention something unless it's going to pop up at some point in the show. Anyway, apparently, dang it. I can't remember characters' names, I'm sorry. Apparently, dang it, what was the guy's name? Here, let me look that up. Sorry, I have to look up the character's name or else I'm going to forget and you guys are going to probably chew me out over that. It's been so long since I've recorded this episode. Let's see. I'm sorry, but I do need to know, at least remember the character's name. Episode 8. Oh, her name was Izumo. I guess Izumo, whatever her last name was. And the guy's name was Ryuji. Yeah, apparently he has memorized, I don't know how much of the Bible, but he was able to memorize a good portion of it. For the instant kill phrases, I'm going to call them that, because it's easier for me to remember. Anyway, they end up getting into an argument because Izumo thinks that Arias are essentially a burden on the team, because once they start using, trying to use the instant kill phrase, the demon's going to focus on them. And the rest of the group that the Arya is with has to protect them, so she says that they're a burden. And since Ryuji wants to be, he's heading for that, he's trying to get that title for when he ends up being an exorcist. He essentially says that she's essentially putting down his dream. And then they start getting into an argument about how he wants to, kick Satan's butt. And Yuki ends up punishing the whole class because of that. And if I end up missing anything, I apologize. Just if I miss something important, just let me know in the comments section and I'll talk about it a bit. Anyway, later on in the day, they start working on the X-Wire test again, and they are stuck in the classroom with some, dang it, I don't remember what kind of demon it was. Started with the B. Those rock demons, essentially when they sit on you, and the longer they sit on you, they get hit the heavier they get. And Ryuji gets mad at Ren because he has no clue what those things are. Well, then again, it makes sense considering Ren's not only is Ren not really good, not as good at studying as he is, but he only got into the whole Exorcist thing when his Satan powers came out. Other than that, he didn't get involved in it. Whereas Ryuji, he spent his whole life in the temple, and he probably knows more about this sort of thing than he does. But apparently there was a mission that Yuki needed to go on. He had said he was going to lock all the doors so nothing can get in and nothing can get out, essentially. And after he left, the power goes out. And dang it, I don't remember what the guy's name is. The guy with the pink hair is wanting to be a monk. He goes to, try and I think turn the power back on, and he opens the door. A demon's standing there. And the demon starts trying to attack everybody, and Shiemi uses her little animal thing, I think, to create a wall of tree branches to keep the demon at bay. And Ren goes after the one that slips off, while the others are stuck in the room with the other one that's trying to break out. And obviously Shiemi can't keep it up forever because that's essentially sapping her energy, and when she runs out of energy, it'll break through. And thus, Ryuji and... dang it, I gotta remember the characters' names. Ryuji's other friend, they have to find the kill phrase for that demon, and it's apparently in a certain book. I think a book of Psalms or something. And they've each got part of that whole book memorized, and they start saying it, trying to find the kill phrase, obviously. And while they're doing this, Ren goes after the other demon and works on taking it down, and we find out that, or we see the guy who was controlling the demon pop up, and apparently he knows about Ren's heritage. And he uses his sword and powers to kill the demon. Before turning the power back on, before he does that, Shiemi passes out. And before this happens, Izumo snaps out of it and summons her own fox familiars, in which they would have attacked her had she not snapped out of it and gotten them to listen to her again. And they obviously go and try and help fight the demon, but it's not too much help at this point. And by the time, it somehow was the last freaking phrase of the book, because Ryuji was doing the other half of it, the ending half of it. And it was the last phrase, because as he's getting picked up by the demon, he says the last of it and kills the demon. And Ren comes back after that and lets them know that the other demon's been killed and the power's back on. Anyway, I think that's about all this episode had. Like I've said, if I missed anything, feel free to leave a comment and let me know about it and what you thought about it, if you want, and I'll try and leave my own 2 cents about it. And I hope you enjoy the reaction, and I will see everybody next time.